And this song I wrote with a guy named Chuck Hawthorne. Is that you, Chuck? Now, the most important thing in life, right, is what? It's what you build, right? My dad gave me this pair of gloves when I moved out on my own. It was like a rite of passage the first time I put them on. He said, wear them for the greater good. And remember, son, always build God's kingdom. And don't forget where you come from. Well, they're just like my second skin. Sometimes it's hard to see if I'm wearing them or if they're wearing me. I bear the scars for every time I threw that gauntlet down. Those gloves did no one any good laying empty on the ground. But just before I turned away, I heard my father's words. I picked them up, put them on, and I got back to my work. They're just like my second skin. Sometimes it's hard to see if I'm wearing them or if they're wearing me. Well, through the years, I mended fences every chance I had, and I rebuilt old foundations when they were going bad. I welded with the ties that bind blood, sweat, tears. It's like my dad's hands were in those gloves, and God's kingdom was right here. So here's a window for the sunrise and a door to let my neighbor in. And a round table for my family with no beginning and no end. With gloved hands I built these things, and now I do believe while I was making them, they were making me. My dad gave me this pair of gloves when I moved out on my own. It was like a rite of passage, first time I put them on.
Thank you.